When you're starting to think about whales, you're thinking about being at the coast. And the reality is you could be anywhere on this planet, in the middle of a continent, and whales in the ocean are still playing a role. What we're beginning to understand is the role of these different creatures in the ocean and the critical role that really these allies of ours have been. In all the years we've been hunting them, we've been catching them in nets, and yet they have still been working for us and working for the rest of the planet. We lost about 80% of all the biomass of whales in the last century. We need to get them back. We need to see recovery. And healthy whales are going to mean a healthy ocean. And a healthy ocean means that we stand a chance in terms of the whole climate crisis moving forward. To understand where whales and dolphins are in the ocean, we've been having to do quite long projects. We're having to be out on boats, we're having to use aircraft. Teams are actually in the field, away from base, and it's only after quite a long period that we can actually collate the data and start to understand what's going on. The difference is, using space technology, we can start to look at historical data and current data, and we can do that from our desktops.
The 30 by 30 target means that we would like to protect 30% of our environment by 2030. But this also means that we have to do a lot of research because currently more than 80% of the ocean is unexplored and unobserved. With space technology, we can go into vast areas and capture these vast areas almost instantaneously.
Essentially, what SPACEWHALE do is they have built this machine learning and AI algorithm that they overlay onto the satellite data, process that to identify where in the pictures there are whales, and from there start to actually understand the distribution and abundance of these marine mammals within a specific area of the ocean.
In the past, it's been ignorance that's been killing whales and dolphins. We just didn't know what was happening and we didn't understand. Space technology is the key to opening up and then innovating. And that's what comes from this kind of collaboration. You start to think of new ways to use the data.
We understand that companies are looking to innovate and use new technologies such as Spacetech. And what we are doing to help companies bridge that gap and adopt Spacetech is to build an ecosystem of organizations that we are collaborating with actively.
It's Deloitte's role to be a connector in the ecosystem, to bring the best-in-class technology to organisations who are going to benefit from it. When we talk about space tech, it's still an emerging area and a lot of organisations aren't really grasping the potential it could unlock for them.
We can go into remote areas where nobody has ever conducted research before. So currently we're doing a proof of concept. We are showing that we can create important marine mammal area based on SPACEWHALE data. Then afterwards we can give the data into the right hands. But this is really just a proof of concept.
If we can scale this up to the levels that we require, we'll be able to start mapping huge sections of the ocean. But the data we get will also mean that we can react quicker. We can know where whales and dolphins are, we can see what the threats are, we can marry that with illegal fishing data, say, and we can start to advise how regulatory authorities can react to those situations. All of these things which in the past we would have to be in the field doing, we're actually doing from our laptops. We're sat at our desks and we're able to leverage all of this expertise, all of this data, and actually get the information to the right people in expeditious time compared to what we used to do.
So space technology is already in our day-to-day lives, whether we notice it or not, and that is where the market will be going. So companies will use satellite data to drive insights.
If you are looking at how to innovate, how to be sustainable, either in your supply chain or within your business, we will guarantee that satellite data can play a role in helping to solve those challenges.
In the beginning, we wouldn't really have even contemplating using space technology. It just seemed so far away from our day-to-day lives. But really, Deloitte are an amazing catalyst. They can identify partners, they can bring people together in an environment where actually you can start to spark off each other and ideas start to flow. And I think that's really at the root of this amazing company, which really adds value to what we're trying to do in terms of conservation.